Started. So let's go. Okay, we're letting Aaron come in, ask a question. I shall let Linda come in too, ask hers, see who connects first. Give Linda some props. Oops. Linda dropped off. Let's go. There's Linda. Okay, Linda, can you hear me? Okay, if anybody wants to talk too, you can jump right in. Linda, are you connecting? And you can type in the chat window too if you have comments. So Linda's connecting. Here comes Stan. Okay, Linda, while you work out your connection issues, I'll accept Stan. Hey, Stan. Your camera should be coming on. And if there's something I'm not doing, guys, if you've done one of these before and to enable them to talk, it looks like they're connected. Welcome, Joe. Joe Johnson speaks. There's Joe.
How you doing, Ted?
Good. How are you?
Awesome, awesome.
Where are you located?
I'm actually in Milwaukee at the moment.
Okay.
At the moment.
So tell us what you do.
Well, I travel and I do a lot of keynotes, and I do a lot of trainings for educators or anybody that works with youth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do a lot of traveling and speaking and.
Yeah, that's where I am now. So I'm not at home. I live in Florida, but I'm just working over the next week. I'll be Wisconsin, Michigan, and New York.
Okay.
This was just, I just wanted to pop in and see how you guys are doing and meet you all.
Yeah. So any questions or just wanted to say hello?
Yeah, I wanted to say hello, but so what do you do? What do you do?
Oh, I do coaching. I've been doing online marketing for 12 years. I help people get more traffic to their website. I'm really focused on LinkedIn these days because it's a huge opportunity. Wrote the Ultimate Guide to LinkedIn for Business for Entrepreneur Magazine. 2 editions of that. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you say? Because I use a lot of social media. I use LinkedIn. I use Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, everything. And I'm gonna be using Blab a whole lot more.
Yeah.
So what are your suggestions since you focus a lot on LinkedIn? What are some things you think will help move, just bring more traffic to LinkedIn or.
The biggest mistake I see with LinkedIn is people treat it like a megaphone where they're just like, hire me.
Right.
Instead of pretend you're meeting this person in a conference and you exchange business cards and you start a conversation.
Okay.
You use that approach and you stand out like a sore thumb because everybody else is like, hire me.
Exactly.
So it works great. Just take time, connect with people, thank them, just keep in touch with people, just like you do with friends. Treat people like people on LinkedIn. It's amazing.
Right. Do you use the free version or the paid version?
I've got the paid because it gives me more search results and I can save searches and it gives you a lot of good features. It's definitely worth $600 a year.
Okay.
Well worth it.
Yeah, I've been debating if I wanted to pay for the service or not, but
You can do a lot without it, but if you're really serious about getting a lot of speaking engagements and connecting with more people, it's worth $600 a year.
Gotcha.
It's a small price to pay.
Yeah, got to invest in self, right?
Exactly.
That's right. That's right. Well, awesome, Ted. I'm gonna follow you. I always learn from. I never think that I know everything, but I just I like to learn from people who are doing something different, or could just help move forward. You can learn from everybody. So I appreciate
Thank you. Let's give Joe some props too. You click on his little hands there and give
you.
some props. Thanks, Joe.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'll see if Stan can hop in here or Linda. Guess they're not connecting. Okay, here's Susie. Let's see. Well, let Stan jump back in. Okay, here comes Susie. Susie Nelson. Your webcam should come on and you should be able to talk.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How are you?
My travel expert. Look at the map behind you. That's great.
Well, you better have a map if you're going to do travel, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I just closed 2 real big deals, so I really am appreciative of that. But of course, my heart is very much for including the families into the incentive travel programs. So I have been deciding if I need to go to the HR or if I need to go to the CEOs, and I've discerned it's both. Because the sales managers ultimately are going to do the incentive travel. They're going to say, okay, it's worthy of it. And then the CFO, of course, is going to make the decision as to how much. So,
tell people what you do so some people can jump in and help you too.
Okay, great. I take men and women around the world on incentive travel programs. And I just closed. I get to try Africa again. I was there in 2013 and it snowed, so I didn't get to dive with the sharks.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I have to keep ahead of my boys, right?
Yes.
So anyway, so that's what I do. And I was told by so many different people, Dale Carnegie, I can't even tell you how many people, that HR would be the way to get in the door. And but it's not worked. It's not worked at all. And so I'm taking another approach. So it's as if I took your course, and so now I've forgotten everything, but it was amazing. I have your book right next to me, and because it's totally amazing. However, if I'm starting all over, can I just go to one lesson maybe that'll remind me, or is it just like still just going now to the CEOs? Because I want to approach them properly and speak to them articulately, so
right.
that if there's a connection that maybe I can get in hey, maybe this is worthy of a conversation type thing. And any recommendations about that?
So this last deal you just closed,
Mm-hmm.
what was his job title? What was her job title?
Well, I'm not at liberty to say for one, but one of them you know incredibly well. It's going to be a huge trip every year, just like the Marketer's Cruise. And the other one is, so it's not the corporation that I'm doing. That's what I want to get into.
Okay.
The other one is for taking groups every year. They have a huge base. It was based off of Catherine Ponder, if you've ever heard that name.
Yeah.
So that foundation has decided to do some missionary work as well as some continuing into South Africa for those who just want to tour, and Botswana, Zimbabwe, that type of thing.
Okay. So you're not really in the corporate world yet. You're trying to get in there.
Right. What I'm saying is I've been doing HR.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, I did HR through groups.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. I found out it's not the right people because it's ultimately going to have to be approved by CEO, CFO anyway. And I finally decided that is my audience now. It is the CEOs. It is the CFOs. It's the sales managers.
Yes.
So do I go to groups? Do I look for just people that have sales manager, CFO, and CEO in their titles? I didn't want to approach anything until I talked to you about this.
Yeah, no, that's what I would do. If you have the premium account too, you can set up saved searches for those people.
Saved searches, okay.
So every week, LinkedIn's always sending you more connections with those job titles.
And do you have an hourly rate? Like if I needed you an hour here or 2 hours there, do you have an hourly rate that I can take advantage of and we can take advantage of?
Yeah, just reach out to me.
Okay.
I usually do like a minimum number of hours because doing an hour or two doesn't usually get a benefit. But yeah,
Okay.
just reach out to me.
Okay.
But yeah, set up those searches and then start connecting with people and send them a little welcome email. Thanks for connecting. And then, really offer to introduce them to your network. Ask them about what they do. What are
Okay.
the, how you can help them. Go
Right.
from that position of serving, which you're really good at.
Yeah, I always come from that. My other question was going to is Periscope, because I feel that with as much as I travel, that would be an excellent tool. Can I use that in alignment with LinkedIn anyway, or is that obtrusive and invasive?
Well, Periscope really is like Blab here, but Blab, you can't pull in other people. So
You cannot?
it's just one-on-one. So basically, it's just me broadcasting. For
Oh.
this, we can have a conversation.
Because I'll be on Periscope and there's people coming in from all over that I have no idea who they are.
Yeah, through your Twitter feed, they see that you're broadcasting and they jump on and watch you.
Right. My first one was with you when you were in Nevada, so it was nice to see it, but I couldn't say anything. But
Right.
you were very cold that day.
Yep. No, this is the first time I'm using Blab. Everybody seems to like it more.
Okay. So
So-
my only concern was it seemed that with Periscope that you could show people where you're going. You have to have a Wi-Fi is what I figured out.
Yeah.
Okay. But Blab, I could do it on my phone wherever I am in the world as long as I have Wi-Fi.
Actually, I did a Periscope without Wi-Fi just through my cell service, but you're using your data.
Right.
So you have to watch out for that.
Right.
So
Yeah,
yeah, just keep connecting with those salespeople, sales managers, directors.
and
and
so
just-
that was my question: is will it say sales manager in the title?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or business development, and then you can search with the premium account. You can search by VP or C-level executives,
Okay.
so you can narrow down your searches. So
Okay. Thank you for that.
okay, well, have a great weekend.
I will. You too.
I'll knock you off. There you go. Okay, who's next? Anybody else have any questions? I see Joel. Joel, do you have anything to say? Let's bring Joel in here. If you have questions, you can jump in here. Let's see who else is on. Linda, did you get your microphone fixed? Linda was having microphone problems. So here's one. How can I advertise an online congress online via LinkedIn? Not sure what that online congress online via LinkedIn. Not sure exactly what that question is. But the LinkedIn ads, they're not great, but you can do the sponsored updates. They work really, really well. They're a little more expensive than Facebook clicks. Not much anymore, though. But okay, here we go. How do your clients deal with different languages on the trips? That's for Susie. That'll be a good one. Okay, here comes Linda.
It worked!
Hey, she made it. How you doing?
Good. Let's see if I can turn it up. Hot dog.
So, tell us where you're from and what you do.
Well, I am from Pennsylvania, central Pennsylvania, and I do a number of different things using LinkedIn. In fact, you've worked with me, and I've really upgraded my profile. So I'm just here to see what other things I can keep dabbling in to continue to improve it. That's it.
So, who do you connect with on LinkedIn now?
In LinkedIn, I have probably, I'm up to 1,600 connections.
Okay.
I connect from business people to sports people because I'm in a sports industry.
Yeah.
I don't use it I don't message very much on it. I really use it to do a lot of search on people that I want to call on or to identify my market.
So do you'll find a profile and say, you just pick up the phone and call them?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll look for their email. I might do an email first. Sometimes I just call because I might not get them, but it's a more direct approach.
Yeah.
And I don't necessarily let them know that I've done my research on LinkedIn.
They kind of expect that these days.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody looks at your profile on LinkedIn before they call you now.
Exactly.
Yeah. So, yeah, try sending messages too. After you connect with people, or just say, hey, we've got a new product coming out, maybe you might be interested.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
You get a lot of message, but if you make them not so salesy,
Mm-hmm.
it work really well.
Yeah, I don't make things salesy. I'm more of a consultant approach.
Yeah, it's like meeting face to face. That's the big thing.
Exactly.
If you're in Starbucks talking to somebody, how do you treat them?
Yeah.
Do you sell to them, or do you just have a conversation? So
Just a conversation. It's all
Yeah.
relationships.
yeah, that's what people are just blasting away on LinkedIn.
Oh, I'm turned off by it.
I get like 100 messages a day of sales pitches. It's crazy.
Oh, I bet you do.
Yeah. Got to need a spam filter for LinkedIn messages now.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
good talking to you.
Thank you.
Okay, who's next? Let's see if there's any more questions. Now, Joel wanted to jump on here. Joel, you're going to try to jump on? Do you have a webcam? If you have questions, you can type them in the chat. Here we go.
There it is.
Okay, hey, welcome.
Hey, thank you. How are
How you
you?
doing? Good. You had the question about online advertising.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm from Brazil. Yeah, I live here, and I'm a coach. I'm a life coach here, and I work with languages as well. I'm also an English teacher.
Uh-huh.
And right now in October, by the end of October, 21st of October, there is a week of an online seminar about coaching. So there will be many speakers, many lecturers talking about it. I think over 40 lecturers. And then there is a group, and we're trying to advertise it and to make it work, obviously. So I just started entering on LinkedIn. Actually, I've had LinkedIn for a really long time.
Yeah.
But you know that thing that you got, but you don't really use a lot. That's kind of what happens with me. And
Yeah.
then and then I just saw your website. Actually, I didn't know you. Nice to meet you, by the way.
Yeah, okay, nice to meet you.
And then I said, oh, let's ask him. Yeah, maybe you can give me maybe you can shed some light. And so, how would be a nice way for me to advertise and to get people to watch the Congress?
So do you have YouTube videos or anything like that? Or
We're preparing that.
okay, because you can post videos on LinkedIn. How many connections do you have on LinkedIn?
Oh, that's a good question. Actually, that's a group of people, right? So in a group, there are a lot of connections. I'm not sure how many there are.
Okay, because you can reach out to people individually too by their job titles, search for them and connect, and then send them messages telling them about that. And then post in your profile, you can do the status updates.
Okay. Do you think it's better to talk individually with people than in some kind of group or?
One good approach is find someone that knows a lot of people that they could invite, like a joint venture kind of deal.
Okay,
But then you're not going out to thousands of people by yourself. You go to one person, they may know 10,000 people.
Okay, like a key client, a key participant.
Right. Exactly.
Okay.
But
And
you can run LinkedIn ads. They're called sponsored updates. They work pretty well.
Really? How can I do that?
So it's in that LinkedIn advertising. And actually, I'm doing a video on that. I'll be posting on my site very soon because I'm doing a course for somebody.
How soon is that going to be? My thing's in October.
That'll be actually September 16th is the launch date for this thing. It's through Digital Marketer, Ryan Dice.
Oh, no, it's close enough.
Yeah. But they'll be just teach you how to do LinkedIn advertising. But it's kind of like the Facebook post you see in your Facebook stream.
Yeah, I'm very easy to do it on Facebook. I've never done anything on LinkedIn like that.
Yeah, LinkedIn, same thing. You write a post, some content, an interesting article or something, If people click on it, it takes them to a page. It tells them more about your event.
And then how do you direct the posts?
That's why you need to have a bigger network. So if you only have 100 connections on LinkedIn, only 100 people would see that.
Oh, it doesn't go to people that are not connected to me.
Well, you can do the advertising and target groups even, or different job titles or locations.
Oh, okay. So when I advertise it on LinkedIn, I can search for locations, but can I direct it to a group that is already made? Yeah, already.
Yeah.
Or can I direct tags, interests?
Yeah, you can do by their interests. You can do it specific groups. You can say only show this ad to these certain groups.
Oh, they're all possible.
Yeah.
Oh, great. No, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah,
really
that'll work pretty well if you target the right groups.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And get to know people in that group. Join the group and just get to know people and connect with them and start conversations online with them, and then tell them about what you're doing.
Okay. Oh, that helps a lot. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Let me ask you something. Is your book published in Brazil? Does it come to Brazil, or do I need to ask it by Amazon?
It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon.
Yeah. Or
okay, but it ships.
If you go to entrepreneur.com, you can order it there too. So I think they would ship it to Brazil.
What is it? What's it?
It's Ultimate Guide. Oh, entrepreneur.com. It's actually cheaper on Amazon.
Okay. A little better.
Yeah.
Okay.
You pay full price at Entrepreneur.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Very nice to meet you.
Okay, good meeting you. Thanks for dropping in.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay. Okay, Joel has no picture, but he can hear us. Anybody else want to jump in? Charles Walters, you had some questions. Do you want to try to jump in if you have your webcam? So if anyone else wants to jump in. I know Charles had some questions about, he emailed them to me, and what he was asking is when he logs into LinkedIn, he sees all this content, where does that come from? So there's like a stream, a nice little stream of content. So everybody you're connected to can post content, you can subscribe to content in Pulse, you can see ads there. So it's just a lot of different things that LinkedIn thinks you're interested in. It's through your network. And let's see, I know he had some other questions here. Let me jump on that, find his questions. Okay. Then there's some things he said, Charles says, sometimes it says join the group. So that's usually an ad. You can run LinkedIn ads. They show up in your news feed, and then you can just join the group. So if you have a group on LinkedIn and you want to grow it, you can actually run ads for it. It's kind of an expensive way to grow your group, but you can really target it and get the right people into your group. And then he says, how do you post on Pulse? And that's right when you log in on your home page, it says you can, let's see what the exact words are, share an update, upload a photo, or publish a post, which is right under your little heading there, under your picture. And then you just click publish a post, and it's just like a WordPress post. You write an article, you can paste it in there. And if you paste from Word, though, you may get the weird characters, so check your formatting. But that's how you just publish. It won't show up in Pulse unless LinkedIn pushes it over there. And I've been seeing a lot of articles, ways to get published on posts these days on Pulse. Not sure, I haven't tested it yet. But some people say if you do certain times a day or certain kinds of headlines, LinkedIn will publish it on Pulse for you. And if you have a lot of people viewing it, obviously they will. Let's see, anybody else? Here we go. Carrie wants to jump in. Carrie's trying. Nope, not for Carrie. Let's try it again, Carrie. I'll disconnect and then we'll push it back in. There's Patrick. Hey, Patrick.
Hey, Ted, how are you doing, buddy?
Good. How you doing?
It's been a long time since I've seen you. I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Thanks. So,
How's life in Denmark?
life in Denmark is quite good here. I got my, hold on a sec here. I got my kids are eating pizza here,
Okay.
and I'm just surfing the Blab network. So,
Does that count as cooking for you? Friday night pizza?
yeah, right. My wife's bringing home sushi for me, so I'm waiting for
Okay.
that. So I see you jump on the Blab hype. Awesome. It's good to see
Yeah,
you.
I see you're doing a lot on LinkedIn. Tell everybody what you do, what you're doing now.
Well, I don't know how many people are on here, but I basically was made redundant by the company that I worked for, along with like 20% of the workforce worldwide. And I decided that I would not write a single application for a job. That was my goal, and that I would find a job. And right now I'm very close actually to signing. I have 2 offers on the table, so I'm probably going to sign next week with one of them. And these people actually reached out to me through LinkedIn. My strategy has been actually really simple, I think. First of all, I like to write, so I like to write blogs, and I like to have my own blog that I would write on, and I also have been writing in a blog post in England. So I just, instead of writing somewhere else, I put all of my blog posts basically on LinkedIn.
Mm-hmm.
And then for every person that would like or share, I would basically visit their site, their profile. And anybody that came and saw my profile, I would basically reach out to them and say hi, and ask them how they were doing. And basically, I see actually today, Ted, I thought about you because I could see on my connections, you were number 10 of all my LinkedIn connections. So congratulations with that. And then I've basically just been slowly moving up my connections. And the more you do this, the more visible you become. And the more interesting you become. And I changed my summary, and then I changed my heading. And that's basically worked out really well. I've been reached out. I think I've been to 5 different company interviews within the last 5 or 6 weeks. And it's worked out much better than I had expected it to do. But I think, Ted, I like Twitter a lot. So I've spent a lot of time building Twitter network. And I just thought to myself, when they laid me off on the phone, I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to use these networks that I build, or what good are they? So that's kind
awesome.
of been so that's kind of been my attitude. Like, what's the purpose of having them if you can't use them, right?
Yeah.
So next week, Ted, when I sign a contract, I'll let you know. You'll be one of the first to know. So
Awesome. Patrick
and I always appreciate your.
Together. Yeah, Patrick and I worked together a couple of years ago, and I've been follow Patrick on Twitter because he puts some great content, and connect with him on LinkedIn because he's fun to follow. He's got good stuff.
Thanks, Ted. Hey, and thanks for the help you gave me on LinkedIn when I first set it up. You gave me some advice there. That was really nice of you. I appreciate it. So,
hey, good luck with the jobs.
Yeah. Okay. And by the way, the last thing, Ted, I'll say before I leave this, so I'll leave you think. You're on your desktop, I can see. There are some tools you can use that allow you to stream under your name. Like your Twitter profile and stuff, so you can use it to overlay on top of the camera. One of them is called ManyCam. I'll type it in the chat in a minute. It's a really nice program. You can basically put some advertisement on the background. I scroll my Twitter name, and you could do some kind of fun stuff. I'll put the name in there, but it really helps make the Blab a little bit more personal advertisement for yourself. So you make it nicer for people to find you and remember you. So
awesome.
So
that's like the Google Plus. When you do Hangouts, you can add the
bottom. Exactly. 3 clicks, and then you get all this wonderful stuff. So this is Blab.
Great. Thank you.
Talk to you later.
Okay. See you later. Okay, Carrie was trying to connect. Let's try one more time. I have about 1,000 connections. Most of them are target audience, VPs of HR, hiring managers. LinkedIn sends suggested connections from my old life in the solar world, not related to HR hiring. So we're going to shift that. The one way, you probably have to remove it from your profile, which you probably don't want to do because it just completes your job history. If people see gaps in your job history. So I wouldn't worry too about it because you never know if you connect to someone in solar, they may know someone in HR. So think about the degrees, first, second, third level degree connections you have. So think from that perspective. I really would keep my network very small for many years intentionally because of that same theory. But now as I expand my network, I'm getting connections and people who know people. So it expands your network exponentially. And then join groups related to where your target audience is too, because that expands how the algorithm works through your profile. So hopefully that helps. Okay, anybody else have questions? Let's see here. We want Joel. Joel wanted to say some things, but I guess he doesn't have his camera. Joel, you want to jump on and say anything? He had some good stuff. Let's see, I had another question too, an email. Let's see here. Oh, it's more of a profile review. So that's hard to do on this, but I'll take care of that. Oh, Patrick's coming back. There we go.
It's just because I moved the PC, Ted, I thought I would show you that you can do this kind of stuff, right? So it's got some effects and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's really nice kind of overlay. You got the time, and you got your Twitter handle, and then you got all this kind of funny stuff that you can do like you do in Google Hangouts, you know. So, yeah. So you can have serious, I don't want to ruin your serious blab, but you can have serious blabs, and then you can have not serious blabs, right? So, but it's a nice little program, and it's free, so go get it.
What's the name of it?
It's called ManyCam, but I'll put the link in the chat in about 2 seconds, all right?
Okay, awesome. Thanks. So anybody else have any questions here? There's so much changing in LinkedIn, so it's really good stuff. You just use it every day a little bit. You get really good response. It's exponential when it starts rolling. It's like a snowball effect. If you really get the momentum going, just 15, 20 minutes a day, connect with people, share content with people, like other people's content, say happy birthday. It's silly little things, but it really helps build the momentum. So anybody else have any questions? I'm actually going to be doing a live event coming up pretty soon. We're not sure on the date yet, but with Alex Mondosian, we're going to be doing a live event in the San Francisco area. So more details for that. It's going to be very small, only no more than 50 people. It'll be very affordable. He just wants to get a lot of people in the room. We're going to put together a one-day event. It's going to knock your socks off. He's really excited about it. I'm excited about it. It'll probably be maybe late October, early November. So we're kind of there. So here we go. Petru have you tested any plugins to auto post from WordPress into LinkedIn? I use Hootsuite to post content on LinkedIn. I'll do updates like that. I haven't done any WordPress plugins yet. That's another way. If you have content on your WordPress blog, you can post it as posts. I'm not sure about groups anymore. They're really tightening down on the groups. I think they're talking about stopping the auto posting to groups because there's just so much content being pumped in there that nobody reads. So I'm not sure exactly how they're going to work that, if they're actually going to implement that. But I know they're cracking down on LinkedIn messages to groups. You can only send 15 messages to groups now per month if you're not connected with a person, where before you had unlimited. So people were just sending like 50 to 100 messages a day into strangers and groups. It's like going into a conference and just shouting, come meet me. But LinkedIn is starting to crack down. There's so many complaints about that. Okay, any other questions? If there's no other questions, we can call it a day. I know Joel will be ready on the next one. He has some great stuff. Oh, here comes Charles. Okay. Charles connecting. So Charles is a friend of mine. He lives near me. And what he's looking for, he helps people find funding for college and also get your kids into college, helps them get into colleges that they're targeting. So he does a great job at that. Seems like he's having a little trouble connecting here. So Charles, maybe if you want to just type your questions in the chat window, we can answer them that way. So it doesn't seem to be connecting. If anyone else wants to jump in, go ahead and jump on. So what changes have you seen for company pages? Looks really limited now. They enhanced them a couple of years ago, but there's still, it's a very locked down template. There's very little you can do. The good news is things you post there, the company page will show up in Google search results if people search for your company, or if keywords that are on your company page shows up in Google search results. So for big brands, they're great. You know, they have hundreds of thousands of followers. For small companies, it's hard to get people to follow you everywhere. If you're not posting a lot of content on there, you know, I think I have 68 followers for my company page. I don't spend a lot of time pushing people there because I have a Facebook page, Twitter, all these other modes. But company pages are great for big brands. So Charles says, what group will see my posts? So you join a group and you can post in that group. So just that specific group will see your content. But you have to remember that group. And then if it's a promotional post, if the moderator thinks it's too promotional, they can flag it and they'll move it into the promotional tab if they have one. Or they, if you're putting a lot of content there and not adding value to the group, they can actually flag you. Then anything you post in any group on LinkedIn has to be moderated before it appears. So be careful. They just don't want people blasting content into groups anymore. They want to have, back to the old days when people had conversations in there. And there are some groups that are still conversational, but they're few and far between. But even if you post a lot of content in the groups, it does get some people's attention. It's definitely a strategy that works for a lot of people. I use other approaches that work much better. I focus on building one-on-one relationships with people because I only want 5 to 10 clients at a time. I'm not looking to have 100 clients or 1,000 clients at once. So I take this one-on-one type approach. And Charles says, if I post on my home page, who sees it? So everything you post there is seen by your network. So if you have only 100 people you're connected to, it potentially only goes to those 100 people. If you have 10,000 people in your network, potentially 10,000 people could see that post. So that's why you should get your network to a pretty good size, because then people start sharing it. Some posts get shared 2 or 3 times, so it can even go viral. So don't be afraid to grow your networks big. I've kept mine small for years till the last 3 years, and it just makes all the difference in the world. Kind of like if you go to a conference. If there's 10 people at a conference, you might meet 1 or 2 good people. If you go to a conference with 1,000 people, you have a good chance of meeting a lot more people if it's a 3-day event or something like that. So think from that perspective and be active. Yes, Charles, it's only first level connections will see that content unless your first level shares it with your second. So anyone want to jump in here or any other questions? Okay. Looks like we've reached the end. Okay. Going once, going twice. Thank you, Patrick, for that great tip. I'm definitely going to download that and play with that. And we'll be doing another one of these probably next month. And we'll get Joel hooked up so he can come and share. He's got some great LinkedIn tips to share with people. So thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.